In the next 10 years, African countries are going to add more people to the workforce than the rest of the world combined. But while 10 to 12 million young people in sub-Saharan Africa enter the workforce every year, only 3 million formal jobs are being created.
Yes, it's a good idea to focus on formal jobs, but we need to understand that not everybody's going to get one. Somewhere between 25 and 50% of the new entrants, depending on the country and the context, are going to get one. So we need to focus on that.
The majority of work in Africa is informal simply because there aren't enough formal jobs. The Brookings Institution calls this a missing jobs crisis.
To this 85% of the people who are left out of the equation, they are thrown into the informal economy.
The issue isn't unemployment, it's underemployment, where 30% of the population is the working poor.
And that's why it's important for people to think about how do we create more meaningful work as opposed to just creating a job.
But how do you create meaningful work when there are too few formal jobs? That question requires an understanding of the preferences of labor in these markets. When speaking to users of digital platforms, a common theme emerges.
Personally, I prefer to have multiple jobs.
You cannot count on the salary for the rest of the month. So at least doing something aside, it's really helpful.
Accra is very expensive. I can't be tied to one particular income source.
I guess currently you have to have a full-time job and not settle just for that. You have to find some part-time jobs for you to be able to cater for everyday needs.
Young people in Africa typically manage a portfolio of work to meet their financial needs, sometimes by choice and sometimes by necessity. Instead of one job and one single source of income, it's multiple jobs or gigs and multiple streams of income that may come and go and vary depending on the time of year or demand in the market.
A few years back in Africa, it was very common to have people looking into getting into the white-collar kind of employment, the 8 to 5 with the different benefits. But the youth of today, due to the different challenges they have in terms of getting employment, have learned how to shift this kind of mindset and think about how to create a portfolio of work that can give them meaningful work.
And for that reason, many people are turning towards Jobtech platforms to build their digitally enabled portfolio of work.
If we look at Western markets, over the last 20 years, the biggest changes that have happened to labor markets have largely come from Jobtech or the role of platforms. In North America or Europe, you'd be hard-pressed to find any jobs or gigs that were not in some way mediated by a platform or a jobs board. Now in Africa, Jobtech is not yet ubiquitous, yet we know this phenomenon is coming.
Jobtech platforms connect people to work opportunities that build livelihoods. These platforms are diverse, ranging from digital outsourcing platforms that connect skilled individuals to high-quality jobs with international companies, to recruitment platforms that host job vacancies, e-commerce platforms which enable micro-entrepreneurs to sell to new customers, platforms that connect plumbers to gigs with households, and ride-hailing platforms that connect drivers to customers. If not enough formal jobs are being created for the fast-growing working class within Africa, one promising area where Jobtech platforms have a particular role to play is connecting skilled individuals to international work opportunities.
I work with a travel tech company that is based in Canada, and I work as a QA engineer.
Tana is a platform and community providing training and mentorship to young African talent and connecting them to opportunities with global employers.
It is the best place to be. You will get all the support you require to just break into the job market, and you are assured of support throughout, even when you're in the job market, because they walk with you through every step.
While Jobtech platforms can play a key role in improving efficiencies in Africa's formal labor market and in connecting Africa's youth to international labor markets, where they play a particular role is in the informal sector, where most young Africans find work. One example is Tendo, based in Ghana, a platform for individuals to resell products using social media.
Tendo is a platform that enables anyone in Africa to start an online store with zero capital. Our typical user is between the ages of 20 to 35. 70% of them are women. Majority actually use it as a sort of side income. They have a full-time job, they have a gig that's already going on for them, and this is an additional income.
Tendo is a social commerce app for resellers. The platform has built a network of suppliers and then handles the fulfillment when an order is placed. For resellers, after identifying the products that they want to sell through Tendo's app, they can add a markup on the wholesale price, which is their profit, and they use social media to sell to their community.
They would find the products that they want, and we would guide them on how much they can price, how much profit they can add to the product. But once they share it and they generate orders, Tendo actually fulfills the order. So we deliver to their end customers and send their profits to them.
In the informal economy, a large part of employment in Africa is self-employment, and Jobtech platforms can also play a critical role in enabling micro-entrepreneurs to build their livelihoods, providing specific tools and services for their users. Often, the problems facing micro-enterprises are multifaceted.
In Africa, we're working in largely non-functioning labor markets. So if you consider the interaction between a customer and a plumber, say here in Nairobi, there are so many things that could go wrong. Maybe they don't have access to the supply chain to get the materials of the standard needed for the customer. Maybe they don't have the tools or financing to get the tools that they need for the job. Maybe even the transportation or high cost of transportation will mean they'll be late or the work is too expensive. Platforms often play a role mediating this engagement and smoothing out some of the things that could go wrong so that the plumber can do the job well and so that they can get paid fairly for it.
So platforms like Fitted, based in Lagos, Nigeria, which provides software tools for tailors and connects them to demand, are working to address this range of challenges for their users.
Fitted is a software platform that is built to improve the outcomes in the tailoring industry and fashion and apparel as a whole in Africa. The first thing that we built was the tailor app. You can create measurements, store measurements, send them to customers, requests from customers. For tailors, this gives the first online repository for their customer measurement information that they'll never lose.
The operational challenges are one layer being addressed by Fitted, which then enables them to address other layers of the value chain, like demand.
We started a new business line in July, August, where we started servicing fashion brands. We have over 10 fashion brands that we're working with, and they are also off-taking production from us. Becoming a vetted tailor means that you now become a brand that we can push orders to. And then kind of with our operational procedures and tools, we sit in the middle to make sure we vet and guarantee quality. And in pushing orders, typically all the tailors who sew with us or who make outfits with us, they make about 3 times higher net margin.
While Jobtech platforms not only respond well to the needs of African economies, they also respond well to the needs of different kinds of users. Not only can Jobtech platforms connect to new opportunities, they can also remove barriers to access for users, many who are traditionally underengaged or excluded from traditional labor markets, including women and refugees.
Platforms have an very important role to play in ensuring inclusion. How do they spell out their marketing? How do they attract their users? How do they develop their product? And something as simple as, how is their onboarding? Is it inclusive for everyone? For instance, have we thought about refugee IDs? Have we thought about women and their lack of identification in most of sub-Saharan African countries?
Jobtech would really support a lot, like working online. So nobody knows which nationality you are. Nobody knows how you look like. It's just about, are you able to deliver? It would really remove a lot of perceptions on, like what people think of how you look like, your gender, your nationality. It's just you're engaging on tech.
We believe that Jobtech platforms can have the potential to create work and income for Africa's youth in a way no singular program or initiative can. And they can offer the promise to create entirely new jobs in the economy. But not only is it a nascent sector in Africa, it is also a fundamentally difficult market sector. Despite the complexity of building Jobtech platforms in Africa, there is a historic lack of explicit community, learning, and knowledge transfer in the job sector. This is why ecosystem building is necessary to respond to the needs of founders and to help realize the potential that Jobtech platforms can offer.
So I used to work for a gig matching platform called Link. This was a matching platform for blue-collar workers, plumbers, carpenters, beauticians, that sort of thing. And it was really difficult. After I left Link, I was invited to participate in Africa's first Future of Work Accelerator steering group. And I had to review 8 startups as part of this process. 4 of the 8 had Link's business model. Not Link's business model from 2020 that was struggling, but our 2016, 2017 business model that we pivoted away from because it objectively failed.
That's the lack of information sharing or the lack of ecosystem that enabled this to happen.
The Jobtech Alliance is an ecosystem building initiative that aims to create this enabling environment for the inclusive job sector to thrive. It does this by creating a community, sharing learning and insights, building a Jobtech investment network to ensure more funding is available for Jobtech platforms, providing much-needed venture support for these platforms, and creating standards for quality work. We know that Jobtech is coming, and that platforms will play an important role in improving livelihoods for Africa's youth. And we want to help give platforms the best chance to have the biggest impact possible. To learn more and join the Jobtech Alliance community, visit us at jobtechalliance.com.